Yo, what is happening, guys? Welcome back to the Let's Talk Fighting channel. Yes, we are going to be talking about Misfits 5. We're going to be reacting to everything that literally happened on Misfits 5, which was Jay Swingler versus Nichlmao, and talking about all the fights, the outcomes, and all of that. Well, we got to start at the very start, the opening fight of the night, Tempo Arts versus Godson. This one literally came out and ended after a round. Godson literally came out. Both of them gassed out very fucking quickly, but Tempo Arts was just landing, throwing flurries, literally just landing on him, and Godson refused to come out of the corner at the end of the round. There was talks about the fact that he dislocated his shoulder or something. If he dislocated his shoulder, understandable why he didn't come out of the corner in the first round, but also, even if he didn't, I think it wasn't going to change, because you could tell after the first round, even midway through the first round, that he regretted his decision of getting in the ring. Boxing ain't for everybody. It's a tough sport, and getting in the ring, getting punched, especially in front of a crowd that's, cheering every single time you get hit in the face and booing every single time you hit them, and it takes up a large majority of your life, it ain't easy, and he learned that. But Tempo Arts came through with the win. Next up, we got Ginty versus Halal Ham. I'm going to be honest, this was a very, very boring fight. The ref literally said to them, because they just circled each other for so long at one point, the ref literally said to them, right, are you going to fight? He's going to fight? He's just going to fucking look at each other and fucking, he's going to look at each other, you're going to fight. That's basically what the ref said. It was a very boring fight, I'll just be real. Ginty did not use a lot of his reach. He was jabbing and all, but he was jabbing, feint jabbing. He wasn't actually going bang bang. He was just going like that, trying to keep distance. Halal Ham, being the smaller guy, there was times he did get inside, and there was 2 points where Halal Ham got inside and went crazy and was landed on Ginty. But then obviously Ginty clinched. They went back, and then they just circled each other again. Ginty ended up coming out with the victory, but the crowd started booing. It was not a good fight. I understand you're cautious, you don't want to get knocked out, but at the same time, you got to understand, sometimes you got to get punched in the face if you want to give a couple. If you're not fine with getting punched in the face, you shouldn't be doing YouTube boxing, you know what I mean? Fair play to both of them for stepping in the ring, but it's just, they both just needed to be more aggressive and actually think, right, I want to win this. They were both basically just trying not to lose at this point, and Ginty was the one that just came up with not losing. Aster Wet versus AJ Bunker. Now, this went to decision, and Aster Wet ended up winning by majority decision. And I heard a lot of people, including Elle Brooks, say that she believes AJ Bunker should have won that fight because Aster Wet looked more beaten up than AJ Bunker. But I actually agree with the decision. I think Aster Wet did win. Although I thought AJ Bunker was going to put it off. She just kept getting punched in the face. And don't get me wrong, she was hitting Aster Wet back. And she was landing more punches, landing more jabs and all. AJ was basically using her jab well. At certain parts, she was landing more jabs, you know what I mean? There was parts she was landing more volume, but for the majority of the fight, Aster Wet landed more of the volume and just did more output. I think AJ Bunker hit Aster Wet harder. She landed more of the power punches, but I think Aster Wet literally landed more of the output because AJ is the bigger one. Not much bigger, but it looked like Aster Wet was landing a lot of punches, but it doesn't look like she was hitting hard, so it wasn't really phasing AJ, and it made it look like she wasn't really doing much, where she was landing a good couple punches, you know what I mean? It's not like the points only count whenever the punch hurts someone. They count if they land. Obviously, if they land harder, then it's going to go in your favor. AJ, I just believe, was hitting Aster Wet harder for being the bigger person, just for having more strength, but I think Aster put out more output, and I think Aster personally deserved the win, and I think it was the right decision. But it was a very, very close fight, and honestly, I would happily watch a rematch, to be perfectly honest. Happily watch a rematch of them two. I think Aster Wet would probably put it off again, but I think she'd put it off by the skin of her teeth. I don't think it would be a far fight. I think it would be a very close fight yet again. It was entertaining nonetheless. They just got in there, went for it, and thought, you know what? Fucking, I ain't going to do all this technical shit. I'm just going to get in here and scrap. And that's what I respect about the female boxers. A lot of male boxers just stand there and go, right, I gotta be really cautious here. The female boxers nah, fuck this. You're getting the smoke. And they get in and they go for it. So respect to them. Then we have the GOAT. Vamos Pineda and B. Dave Los Pineda Coladas versus D-Generation Ice, which is Ice Poseidon. Ice Poseidon, and I literally have it here just in case I forget. Anthony Fargas. I don't know who Anthony Fargas is, but I know who Ice Poseidon is. But this basically started Ice Poseidon. Pineda came in, started smacking the shit out of Anthony Started smacking the shit out of Ice Poseidon. Ice Poseidon tagged Fargus in. Fargus got in. Started smacking the shit out of Fargus. Fargus tagged out. Started doing the same to Poseidon. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Pineda was literally making it a 2-on-1 match. This was not a tag team match. This was a handicap match like the fucking WWE. It was a 2v1 and Pineda was winning. Pineda was beating them every time. And I've never seen so many tags in a goddamn tag team match ever. And I don't think I ever will again. Then he finally tagged B-Dave in. B-Dave literally came in, started throwing those big shots. I think Pineda was landing more shots, nicer shots, and B-Dave was more sloppy, but you could hear B-Dave's punches. He was hitting hard. Then obviously the round ended, came on to the next round. Pineda started putting the pressure on. Poseidon literally got beat up a little bit, tagged out. Fargus got beat up a little bit, tagged out. Poseidon got beat up a little bit, tagged out again, and it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then it basically ended where Pineda goes, right, I've done enough. B-Dave, there you go, get in there, buddy. And B-Dave literally went in and just went for Poseidon, started throwing these big ones, bang, 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 and Poseidon flew over the rope, tried to tag, but it was all over. The referee goes, I have seen enough, I've seen the ass whooping of my lifetime, and that is it, it's all over, I'm calling it. Pineda and B-Dave lost. Pineda Coladas took the fucking victory. The greatest tag team of all time. You think about Team 3D, you think about the Hardy Boys, you think about Edge and Christian. No, you think of Los Pineda Coladas. That's the greatest tag team of all time now. And honestly, we all had to worry, is the tag team match going to fall through? Is it not going to be as good as it should be because of the rules? I think it was amazing, 100%. They have to do something, I agree, about the so many tags, because people are just going to keep tagging in and out. But the overall thing, I thought it was amazing. Amazing first attempt. And I can't wait to see more. I hope they actually do a tag team match on like every event now, because that was entertaining as fuck. And I would love to see a bunch of people just in a tag team together, just going for it. Because honestly, I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions of the tag team match was. But I think it was the highlight of the event. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Best fight of the night because of just the overall entertainment and outrageousness. It was great. And next up, we got King Kenny versus Ashley Roxu. Roxu pulled up a massive upset by defeating King Kenny. And you know what? I ain't gonna go over all of it, but I'm basically just gonna say a lot of people say, oh, Kenny should have won. I completely disagree. Kenny was in there fighting like he just didn't want to lose instead of wanting to win. You know, he was so hesitant. And, you know, Roxu just would have more output than him. It was simple as Kenny would land like a jab, and then not throw the right hand, and was so hesitant. Daly was yelling at him in the corner saying, you need to fucking let your right hand go, you need to throw combos. Wasn't doing it. Roxu was coming in throwing combos, landed some on Kenny, some nice shots. It was clear to see Kenny was the far better boxer, far more skilled, far more talented, but he was holding back, and it was simple as Roxu wanted to fight more, outworked him, did more output, and I think it's a fair decision. The only thing is now, because of that, Kenny has proven to be so hesitant in the past. Fair play to him for fighting Temper and Sensei. Two of the first fights, you know, that's not easy fights for anybody for your first two fights. Then he fought DK Money, obviously. But a lot of people put Kenny in their top 5. I don't think you can put Kenny in your top 5 after that performance. Because even if you think he's skill-wise, I think Kenny's very talented and has a lot of potential. But I don't think he has that mentality yet. And until he develops that mentality to get in there and want to actually take someone's head off, I don't think you can actually put him up there with the others. Skill-wise, yes, but if we're ranking it overall, he doesn't have the mentality to be up there. And, you know, it's a shame because I like Kenny. I wanted Kenny to win. But honestly, shout out to Roxu. Came in a massive underdog, did the output, came forward, took some shots, gave some shots, and walked away with the victory. So shout out to Roxu. And Kenny just needs to go back in the gym and just really put his head down and get that mentality that he wants to hurt people when he gets in that ring, and that's it. But yeah, it wasn't the most entertaining fight, but it was a fight. Dane the Great versus Paulie Arif. Now, this one, Dane the Great walked away with the victory. We kind of all knew that was going to happen. I kind of thought he was going to knock Paulie out, but he didn't. It went to decision. He did knock Paulie down once, but overall, this fight was very, very, very frustrating. I can't lie. The referee was getting frustrated with both of them because it was literally getting to that point. The referee said to Paulie, stop putting your head down, lift your head up, stop tucking your head under. And then Dane the Great was just fucking about, messing about. And I could tell the referee was getting so angry. And he was just getting frustrated. I'm surprised no points were taken away. I'll be completely honest. I'm very surprised no points were taken away. But overall, there was highlights of the fight, but there was a lot of boring parts of the fight because they just kept clinching. He kept putting his head down. The most frustrating thing was the referee. Now, I'm sick of this referee. I really am. No disrespect to him as a person, but as a referee, he does my absolute head in. He pisses me off because at the end of the day, yes, I get you gotta enforce the law. You gotta put your foot down. You gotta make sure they listen to you. But this ain't about you. This is not professional boxers. This is YouTubers and TikTokers and social media influencers that are fighting. They're not going to just understand all the time. And you got to understand that it's going to be a bit sloppy. It's going to be a bit scrappy. And that's what the fans want to see. So no disrespect to the referee as a person. But that referee, for his job, needs to back up sometimes and just let them fight. Plain and simple. Just let them fight. Stop getting involved. Stop talking. 10 seconds left in the round and you stop them talking while the clock's still going. Get out of the way, bro, and let them fight. We want to see a knockout. We want to see punches thrown. We want to be smoke given. And that's it. So Dane the Great walked away with the victory. But the referee, I think you all agree with me, the referee just needs to go. Leave. Plain and simple. The main event, Jay Swingler versus Nichlmao. Now, I don't want to say too much about this because I definitely want to do a video if the videos are not claimed by DAZN, by Misfits, all of that. I want to do a video where I actually watch the fight back and break it down because we all thought Jay Swingler was going to get in here and knock this Nick guy out. I give Nick the credit before the fight. I said he's actually naturally talented. Considering he's only been boxing 6 months, he has a lot of skill and I think he could go far. But I didn't think he was going to beat Jay. I didn't think he was going to come close to beating Jay. And this main event was insane. This was the upset of the night, despite it not being an upset. Jay got the win by, I think it was majority decision or something like that. But a lot of people are saying Nick clearly won that fight. Not going to lie, the first time watching a round, I want to make clear, I don't think Jay won. But I'm stuck between if I think it was a draw or Nick won. Because I definitely think Nick took round 1. Jay took round 2. Rounds 3 and 4. I think I had Jay taking round 3 and Nick taking round 4. And the reason for it is, by the way, I've only watched it through once. So if I watch through again, I'll be able to analyse it more. But I think Nick put out more output. Jay was just standing there with his fucking hands up and just letting Nick hit him. And Nick was just putting out a lot of output, hitting a lot of nice shots and all. And he was very impressive for a play. I mean, he was shoulder rolling that early in the boxing career. This kid's going places. He was shoulder rolling. I was impressed. But Jay stood there and let him hit him. But I think Jay landed the more devastating shots. I think Jay landed the more powerful shots. And whenever Jay landed, he landed in combos. Nick usually just landed with like a couple combos and then like just a body shot and all that. And it was annoying because Jay was landing some nice like body shots like round and they looked powerful. But fair play to Nick, man. Jay landed a couple shots across the jaw that would put someone down. And Nick, dead ass, looked over this man and started sticking his tongue out at Jay and acting like Jay Leary just kissed him on the fucking cheek. Never mind, punched him across the jaw. It's absolutely insane. Like I said, I don't know if it was a draw or a Nick win. I believe it was a draw from the first time watching it. Like I said, Nick taking round 1, Jay taking round 2, both convincingly, I think. Round 3, I think, was very, very close. I had Jay edging it, but I could consider round 3 being a tied round. And round 4, I think Nick took it. But I'll consider it a tie for the meantime until I watch it back, until I analyze it, then I can give my full prediction. But that was the upset of the night. I know Jay still got the victory. Like I said, I love Jay, I love TGF, but I don't think he deserved the victory. Like I said, I don't know if Nick won. I don't know if it was a draw, but I definitely don't believe Jay won. And I'd like to see the rematch and see Jay improve. But shout out to that Nick guy, man. Honestly, tough kid. Very fucking talented. I want to see him go far and I want to see him box some people because he would be problems for a lot of people. But that was the overall Misfits 5 event. Like I said, I'm going to go back and watch that fight, react to it, analyze it, give my prediction. Give my thoughts then. But overall, thought it was a successful night. There was some annoying moments, there was some boring fights, but there was some highlights as well. The tag team boxing, I think, took the cake for me. That was the highlight of the night. I think they should definitely do that more. But let me know in the comments below what your overall thoughts on the event. What do you think was fight of the night? What did you think was highlight of the night? And just let me know what you want to see. Do you think Nick won the fight? Do you think Jay won the fight? Or do you think it was a draw? Let me know in the comments below. But as always, hope you all have an amazing day. Hope you all are thinking positive on test now. Hope you all are staying safe. My brain shut down. Hope you all are staying safe. And I'll see you in the next one. So, peace.